My name is Ms. Whitaker, and we're going to start very, very soon. So just hang on. We're almost ready to go. Okay? Thank you. Okay, we're going to get started very, very soon. So just continue to talk, and I'll let you just give you a little heads up. That maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to get started. Thank you for coming. I wonder if we could put this here. This will be better. Yes.
I'm the supervisor for speech and OTs in the speech and OT department.
Yeah.
I honestly want to target every single one of them, right? But it's a balance. It's almost like a position of power.
Just invite them to your house.
Just invite them always. And then
That's all I do.
and not sort of president on
No, just invite them to have this possibility to come on and see what I got.
and then from there, just keep their interest.
Yeah,
And
keep
then
asking until they come. Even if no one came, Tuesday and Thursday in your house, my house, because you cancel. I told my team, come to my house, come to my house. Bring your people. I'm ready to start doing it again. I hope I set up. I'm going to touch it. Bring your holidays and calendars.
it's fine. I'm going to my mother.
Oh, perfect, perfect. This one, 2 a week. Tuesday, make it certain night. Tuesday, Thursday, you have parties. And if someone has a lunch, they come to my house. Tuesday, Thursday, just start. Thank you.
So, Josh and Leah can't make it. The two of them dropped out. And the drop was supposed to be on two girls, but 2 friends dropped out. So, and my son was blue skill. And they said that we're really invited. No problem. And then, Don is ready to go. Ready to sign up. He's like, yo, we actually they get paid week from Friday. They're $1,000 and they said, I don't know. We're ready to go. And then talk about launching. Okay. Am I talking about tonight?
No. I'm here too. Your team is here. Look at this. We're here, they're here. $10 bucks. Tim. Okay, we're gonna get started. If you can find a seat. Oops, I think I just did something. Oh. Okay. First of all, thank you so much for being here. I'm totally excited tonight. My name is Liz Whitaker. I'm an independent consultant, executive regional vice president with Arbonne International. Yahoo! I mean that. I am so over the top excited because something just happened in my heart tonight. Somebody asked me a question. I'm gonna talk about how I got involved in Arbonne. I'm gonna talk about the opportunity, but something just happened. Someone asked me, you know, how you know, I'll talk about this later. This is not the right time. I do want to sing. Every time I get this microphone, I just want to start singing. But one day I'm really going to start to do it because I honestly cannot sing. But one day, Frank, I just want to get out here and belt a song. Anyway, okay, well, I'm happy that you're here. I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to share an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to ask you to really have an open heart. I was introduced to this business about a little more than a year ago, and it literally has changed my life. And I thought my life was amazing before Arbonne. It's over the top now. It is. A young girl at my church invited me to come to an Arbonne demonstration. I didn't even know what it was, but she said to me, Mrs. Whitaker, can you come and support me? I'm starting a business. And I said, oh my goodness, absolutely. I really couldn't wait to go because as much as I love the age I'm at, I want to be with those young moms. I don't want to be with the grandmas, sorry. I really don't. So, you know, I went and I was excited to go. I took a very close friend of mine. I said to her, listen, I can't wait to see what this kid is selling, but whatever it is, I'm going to buy something, but I'm not having any party. She said, don't worry, I got your back. I said, okay. So we get there, and you know, it was just what I thought, and they start talking about these products. They started talking about Arbonne. I never heard of Arbonne. They started saying that all these products, it's a 35-year-old company, the products are pure, safe, and they're beneficial. That there's no parabens, there's no phthalates, there's no harsh chemicals, there's no toxins, everything is non-GMO, gluten-free, paraben-free, vegan certified. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was ecstatic because I knew my shampoo was bad for me, I knew my makeup was bad for me, I knew my deodorant was bad for me, I knew my toothpaste was bad for me, I knew everything that I use on my body, as far as personal care products went, were bad. But guess what? There's nothing I could do about it because I care more about, I could not live without deodorant, could you? No, I couldn't live without toothpaste. So I just told my doctor who told me that everything was bad for me, I said to him, shut up, because I'll eat healthy, but there's no way that I'm not gonna do without shampoo. But when I heard about these products, I was literally excited and I kept thinking, I have my credit card, I'm buying everything. I'm getting shampoo, I'm getting deodorant, I just really went in my head. And they started talking about how the products were, you know, so good for you and they made you look good. And I looked around the room and some of the women that were using Arbonne, they looked amazing. And I said, oh, this has really got to work because their skin looks incredible. So I was very excited to be there. I was very excited to hear about the company. And I definitely, about the products, and I was really ready to buy. Arbonne does not use any mineral oil. This is what really, for me, sealed the deal that day, as far as buying products. Mineral oil sounds like a very good thing. Mineral and oil, what is bad about that? But what mineral oil really is, and this is what really is hard to take, mineral oil comes from the distillation of gasoline. What does that mean? I didn't know, I know now. What they do is when they get the crude oil, they take it and they do a process to it where they extract the gasoline out of the crude oil. Because you know, when you see the black oil that you see, how do they get gasoline from that? How does that anything to do with oil? They get the gasoline out of it and what's left over is a white, clear liquid like a sludge. And honestly, this sludge is a thick petroleum jelly. That really hit me. It's a petroleum jelly, and when they do more things to it, it becomes a mineral oil. And mineral oil is just baby oil. Baby oil is mineral oil with perfume, that's all it is. So that's what it looks like. And it's very, very toxic. It's not good for you. There's no regulations on it. And what the oil companies do to save themselves from the aggravation and the big headaches of getting rid of this mineral oil, this sludge, is that instead of them environmentally going through all these hoops to get rid of it, they sell it to the good old cosmetic companies. and they buy it very cheap. And they use it as a filler. That's why when you go to the store and you see like this huge bottle of lotion and it's doesn't cost much, well, because guess what? Most of it is mineral oil. And what it does is this. When you put mineral oil on your skin or a product with mineral oil in it, it seals your skin. Now, your skin is your largest organ. It's a living organ. It's meant to breathe. It's like a sponge. But when you put something with mineral oil on it, your skin can't breathe. So you're suffocating it. And I'm going to tell you how I know it's true. When I first moved from North Jersey to New Egypt, my son, he had a tick on. I've never seen a tick in my life. He had a tick on him, and my neighbor came over because I was literally freaking out. And I saw this tick, and I was upset, and he came over, and he's like, don't you dare worry, just get a little Vaseline and put Vaseline on it. It suffocates the tick. I said, oh, that's wonderful. So that's what I did. I put Vaseline on it, and that tick came right out. Why? Because I suffocated him. And while I suffocated the tick, I also suffocated his skin. And that's what a petroleum does. And I know people who know about ticks will know that that does work. And that's like proof that that's exactly what it does to your skin. So when you lather that all over you, you're suffocating yourself. Your skin can't breathe. So they put this in. I would challenge you to go home and turn over your products and look, and you're going to see words like petroleum, Petra this. You're going to see things like mineral oil, and that's what that product has. So when I heard this, I was ready to buy. But then I was introduced to a person who literally has changed my life. Her name is Neal, and she's here tonight, and you're going to hear from her. She's an executive national vice president with Arbonne. No coincidence that I happen to be in the same room as her, because I was meant to meet her. I believe there is no coincidence in life. You are meant to be here tonight. There's a reason why you're here, because you're meant to hear this opportunity. When I met Neal, she got up and started to talk. She said 3 things. The first thing she said was this: if you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, and I really seriously want you to think about this, where are you going to be 5 years from now financially? For me, I honestly didn't know, because even though my husband has a business for 28 years, I didn't know how long he could really work physically hard the way he does work. So that was a good question. I thought, well, she got a pretty good question there. I don't like to think about that question, but it's a good question. I would always say, oh, God's going to take care of it. It's all going to be good. The next question she asked was, if anything happened to the main income earner in your home, how long are you going to go on your savings? I said, aha, 2 good questions. And I thought to myself, I have no idea. Nothing's ever going to happen. That's what I said. And then she said something else. And the third thing that she said to me was like the skies opened and God was speaking right to me, because he did answer my prayers. Because I did pray, Lord, how are we going to ever, and how are we ever going to retire? I don't know. She said that she retired her husband, who made 6 figures on Wall Street doing this. And when she said that, it was a game changer for me. And I said to myself, you better listen to this woman, because you're here for a reason. You're not here to help a friend, Liz. You're here because your life's about to change. And I knew at that moment. And the time that she said that, which is about 1 year and 5 months ago, every day, and this is the truth, I have not stopped thinking about that, because I will retire my husband, because she did it. So let me just explain to you how this works. Arbonne is a network marketing company. When she said that, that meant nothing to me, but I'm going to explain to you what it is, because it is the fastest growing business model in America today, but the most misunderstood. People have all crazy ideas about what it really is. It's so simple. All it is word of mouth advertising. This company decided 35 years ago that instead of making an advertising agency wealthy, instead of making a department store wealthy, instead of making a big establishment like CVS or Walgreens wealthy, they decided to take average people like me and give them the opportunity to get wealthy. Thank you. I accept that gift. That's an amazing gift right there. Really, it's a gift. It really is a gift, because the opportunity that you have to change your life financially, I don't know where else you can get it. You might, even if you go to college, and all young college kids know that, all you do is have debt. For you to make the kind of money you can make in Arbonne is quite amazing. but you do have to, it's a business and you have to work it that way. This is a business model. So this is how it works. I become a consultant with Arbonne. I tell all my family and friends what I'm doing. I redirect household spending. I'm telling you right now, everybody in this room, I guarantee you, washes their hair. I get paid to wash my hair. I get paid to brush my teeth. I don't pay CVS anymore. I don't pay Walgreens. I don't pay the department store. I don't pay the salon. I don't buy my products there anymore. I get paid to buy. That's a win-win for a woman. I'm sorry, that's fantastic. I get paid to spend what I already spend. I already buy shampoo. I guarantee you I buy cosmetics. I buy shampoo. I buy deodorant. I buy toothpaste all the time. But now, not only do I buy it, I get paid to buy it. And that's how this works. I redirect household spending. That's what I do. Beautiful. It's unbelievable. If you're looking for a company like this, and there's so many out there now, because you know what? It's a very, very, very amazing opportunity when you really get it. So how do you say, well, gee, Liz, I don't know. There's so many of these companies, this, that. How do you know which one to choose? I'm going to tell you. Because they teach this business model in colleges today because they're getting it. There are 4 key factors that you want in a company like this. And they say if you have one of these factors, you have a recipe for true success. Guess what? Arbonne has all 4. Surprise. Amazing. The first one is this, marketplace demand. What does that mean? Who is my market? My market is everyone. I have baby products. I have young adult products. I have products for young women. I have products for older women. I have products for men, children. I have toothpaste. I have deodorant. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. It doesn't matter where you live. Everybody in my world washes their hair if they have it. Everybody in my world uses soap. Everybody in my world uses shampoo. Everybody in my world brushes their teeth if they have teeth. But the amazing thing is this. What I have to offer you is better for you. It's pure for you. It has no parabens. It's not on a shelf for 20 years because that's what the parabens do. They preserve the products in the market today for 20 to 30 years. Mine have a 2-year shelf life. They're all botanicals. So not only do I have a business to change your life, I got products that are going to keep you healthy. That's what I have. So my market is everyone. There is not one person I cannot sell to. If you have skin and you're breathing, voila. That's amazing when you're in business. I mean, if you want to learn about business education 101, market is everything. My market is everyone. Everybody I know uses products like these. So that's fantastic. The second thing is they're consumable. Honestly, just like you ingest food, you ingest personal care products. How do I know that? Because you use them up. You put them on your skin. Either you wash them off, they go down the drain, or your body absorbs them. That's all you do. Even with your makeup, you put it on, you wash it off. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep buying. I have something that you use every day, and I have something that you have to keep buying. I don't know, for a business plan, that sounds pretty good right there. That's incredible. They say the average female uses 25 personal care products a day. And honestly, men use products because they wash their hair, they brush it, they want to look good, they put cologne on. I have all that. So I'm going to go through a normal day of what you would do as far as personal care products. So I'm going to tell you my routine. I take a shower. I wash my hair. I use shampoo. I use conditioner. I use a mousse. I use serum. I use a hairspray. 5. Just my hair. That's why it looks so good. All Arbonne. The second thing I do is I get in the shower. I use a scrub. Oh, I have so many scrubs. I love them. I use a scrub. I use a lotion. I use body wash. And then I use a lotion. And then I use deodorant, toothpaste, 10. Then I got to do my face. This takes a little more time. So now I got to do the wash. I got to do the wash, the serum. I do the toner. I do the eye cream. I do the moisturizer, 15. Now I got to do my makeup. I got the primer. I have a CC cream, corrects my complexion. Then I have a foundation. Then I have a mineral powder. Then I have a bronzer. Then I have a blush. Then I got to do my eyes. I have a black eyeliner. I have mascara. I have 3 eyeshadows. I'm up to 20. I don't know where I'm at 30. I didn't leave my bathroom. It's still there. And honestly, you think it's not a long time to do this. I mean, I got it down to a science. I've been doing this 56 years. It's a long time. It's a long time since I was there. When you're young as a girl, maybe like, when you're like 12 or 13, you can't wait to start using this stuff. Honestly, you beg your parents, can I wear lipstick? You can't wait. But my lipstick is good for you. I tell every mother, don't put stuff from CVS on your child. Get her the good stuff because it's not toxic. Because you eat lipstick. Think about where lipstick goes when you use it. Why do you gotta keep reapplying it? Where does it go? You eat it. No, it's really sad, but you do, and if it's toxic, that's even sadder. So honestly, it's amazing. I have products that you use every day, and I have products that you don't do without. Another thing, this is the best part. I'm married 28 years. I wish I could say to you, my husband never had any financial woes ever. Not true. He has come to me many times in his business and said, Liz, where's the money going? I'm like, oops. But honestly, when we have those conversations, and we've had many of them over the years, he has never, and he could even tell you this, he has never once in any of those conversations said to me, you better stop buying shampoo. Oh my goodness, you're buying deodorant? We can't afford it. Never. He's never said you can't have makeup, or you can't buy deodorant, or you can't buy toothpaste. He's never ever told me to stop buying those things. You know what he tells me? We're not going to go out to eat. Stop. We're not going to order pizza. Sorry, Marcello. We're not going to do things like that. You know, we're going to cut back. Stop giving the kids money. Then they don't have to go to the movies. They don't got to do these things. But you know, he's never ever ever said to me, you can't have makeup. You can't. And honestly, I don't know any man that would be married today if he told his wife that. I really don't. And the married men in the room kind of know that. It doesn't come into your head. But another thing that's so amazing is this. I have never in my life run out of shampoo, deodorant, body wash, mascara, never. Toilet paper, all the time. I mean, I don't know why I have a mental block with that. I hate buying that. It's so big and bulky. No, I buy mascara. I buy these things 2 at a time, always. I don't want to run out. So not only do you use it every day, whether you're doing well financially or not, you don't do without it. You don't. My husband's never said to me, oh, we have no more toothpaste. I have no toothpaste today. Never, never. So now the third key factor is timing and trends. Oh my goodness. Non-GMO. Gluten-free, paraben-free, phthalate-free. We know what this means. 5 years ago, you wouldn't have known what it meant. Vegan certified. Some products now kosher certified. Honestly, I didn't know what a vegan was 5 years ago. I know what one is now. These products are for today. With or without you, Arbonne is here. You're going to hear about Arbonne. Because we've been doing this for 35 years. We're not just getting on the bandwagon today because oh, this is the thing to do. This is like we're in. No, we've been this way for 35 years. That says a lot. With technology, with my phone, that's how I work my business. That's how I do it. I don't have to be tied to an office. I am free to go to any place I need to go because I work my business all the time. I'm always working it. With technology today, this is really amazing. So this is the time for Arbonne. Arbonne started 35 years ago. The products are manufactured in California. It's a European company. They've been formulated in Switzerland, but they're manufactured in California. 35 years ago, the first consultant was launched in Oklahoma. I don't know why they didn't pick New York City. I guess they have their reasons. But they launched them in Oklahoma. And today in Oklahoma, there are 2 million people that reside there. And there were 79 national vice presidents. That's the level above me. That's Debbie Neal's level. When you come to New Jersey 35 years later, in New Jersey, there are 8.2 million people that live here. That's a lot of people to sell to, 8.2 million. There are only 5 national vice presidents. I will be the 6th. 5, that's it. So thank you, but really, there's so much room. People say, well, is it saturated? I don't think so. I don't think so. 5 national vice presidents. New York City, 0. Manhattan, 0. All the boroughs, all the 5 boroughs, Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Manhattan, 0. Pennsylvania has 4 or 5. Florida has 19. The whole East Coast is wide open. If you're going to move to South Carolina, go. Because guess what? I don't think there's any there. Florida has 19 million people living in Florida. There are 4 national vice presidents. Really? The East Coast is wide open. This is an opportunity for today on the East Coast. This is a gift for you today. It really is a gift. The 4th key factor, and if you haven't heard anything I said, please listen to this. This is what makes Arbonne so amazing. It's a hybrid of direct selling and network marketing. Let me explain. Say that you're here for me and I'm going to sell to you. I can only be at one place at one time. But I have been taught to duplicate myself over and over and over again. And let me tell you, I've tried to do this with my husband's business. I can never do it. I tried to duplicate him. I've been trying for years. We can never do it. But in this business, I have been taught by Debbie Neal to duplicate myself, and I've done it. I work this business 20 hours a week. Most people work a little less. I could not work this business full time. I don't know what I do. My husband works 60 to 70 hours a week on his business. I could never work Arbonne. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. It doesn't even. It's hard to even think. What can you do for 70 hours? That's how long he works on his business. I can't imagine what Marcello does. When you have a restaurant, I don't even know. I can't even begin to know how many hours he puts into his business. So as I work my business 20 hours a week, as I grow myself, and that's key, as I continue to grow and learn how to be a leader, and I'm coachable and I'm listening and I'm taking it all in because I want to get to the top. People have done it before me. They're showing me how to do it. I know no business that does that. When you start a business, you're usually on your own. Nobody from your past employment wants to help you because you left the job to start a business usually. So when I work my business, say I have 5 people that I sponsor and they're doing the business with me. Now I'm working 120 hours a week. When I have 20 people that are following me, I'm working 420 hours a week. When I have 30 people that are following me and my teammates, they're all following people that I sponsored. Now I'm working 620 hours a week. But this is what's so beautiful. I'm still working 20 hours a week. I'm not working any harder. I'm working a whole lot smarter. And you can too. This opportunity is here for you. If you follow the business model for success that they have laid out already, successful people have laid this out and this is how they got to where they are. If you just gotta follow it, you just have to follow it, you'll be there too. That's amazing. I used to tell my husband all the time because I used to read a lot about how do we get that? How do people get businesses that they pass down to their kids? How do you get a business that you don't have to work all the time? How do you do it? How do you do it? I've read the E-Myth, I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I could never do it. But I have been told, and I used to think this, if you're the biggest person in your world with all your friends, you're the one that everybody looks to, you gotta get a bigger room. And you found it. Because I found it. I said, Tim, we got to get a bigger room. We got to meet people that are more successful than us. We got to meet people that really know how to do this. And then God brought me to Debbie Neal. Coincidence? I think not. I think not. So I have to ask you. Debbie's going to tell you how you can get involved. But please, if anything I said pulls at your heart, just do it. You will not regret it. You won't. That night I kept interrupting because I was ready. I was ready. I said, oh, I'm not, listen, I used to invest in Apple because my son years ago said, Ma, put money, I used to do stocks, put money in Apple. I said, oh, okay, well, what's Apple? Everything was Microsoft, everything. No, really, everything back then was Microsoft. And I said, oh, I put in, I took it out, I put in, took it out. I should have kept it. I said, I'm not doing it again. I heard this. I said, no, people want these products. No, this business is going to work. I met someone who's doing, oh, I'm in. That night I jumped in. So I'm going to introduce to you Debbie Neal. She's an executive national vice president. I can't even tell you all the accolades. I have to really write them down so I can tell you. She's earned numerous trips. She's earned these AIT trips, which is like you have to double your sales, your income every year to go to them. And did it 8 or 9 times. 5, sorry. I'm Italian, I exaggerate. No. 5 times. But all I got to say is this. Do you think it was a coincidence that you're here today? It isn't. You are meant to be here, and you're meant to meet Debbie Neal. So I'm going to introduce you to Debbie Neal.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Debbie Neal. I'm an independent consultant. I'm an executive national vice president. Now that you've just heard all this amazing information, my job is pretty much done. And I can tell you how to get involved with Arbonne. And here's really the exciting part. Well, first, I'll tell you a little bit about my story for those of you who don't know my story. I've been in Arbonne now. Oh, yeah, we're recording. Yeah, these people don't see me. Hi. I don't do well behind podiums, but I will do it. Okay. Okay, if you're gonna do this, Liz, you can make us look better. Oh, sorry. Change it up. At least I changed it when I'm up. Okay. So a little bit about me. I've been in Arbonne now 9.5 years, and I'm a very big believer in fate and destiny. And I went to a backyard barbecue 9 years ago, in my mind, not looking for anything. But me, like Liz, was looking for something, praying for something. My husband worked on Wall Street. He was the main income earner. He was earning a 6-figure income, but things dramatically changed on Wall Street. So he was leaving at 6 in the morning. He was coming home at 8 o'clock at night. We were accumulating debt. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. Prior to that, I was the director of training for CVS Pharmacy, and I loved training. So it's like I found my home here with Arbonne. But when I went to that backyard barbecue, I had a conversation with a stranger. And 12 hours later, I started an Arbonne business. So I heard this information. Now, when I was asked those two questions, where will you be 5 years from now? And what if something were to happen to the main source of income in your household? I really considered myself an educated woman till I heard those questions. And then I was like, oh, I feel so stupid. Like, I'm a mother of 4, and I don't have an answer to those questions that really would be worth repeating. And the scarier part was I never actually thought of those two questions prior to them being asked of me. But even at that moment, I'm thinking, you sell lipstick and hand cream. That's adorable. That's not going to be me. And there was even part of me that was insulted. I had this vision of being on a bicycle and driving around my neighborhood and putting catalogs in people's mailboxes. That was my vision of this. But then when she started to she was very excited. And here's the great thing to know about Arbonne, whether you're looking to make a little bit of money, because there is no amount that's too small. Whether it's a couple of $100s a month, because quite honestly, that could be a car payment, it could be part of a mortgage payment, it could be keeping somebody's home out of foreclosure, it could be putting food on the table, it could be shoe money. If you're anything like me, or bags, I'm very addicted to pocketbooks, okay? We all have issues, okay? That's my biggest issue. And I hated it for 5 years. I had to suffer and not have those things. It was part of my why, a little bit shallow, but true, okay? So my question, 9 years ago was, what's the real income potential? So there's no amount that's too small, but here's what I want you guys to understand. There is no amount that's too large. There is no glass ceiling for income. And I want you guys to really wrap your mind around that. Now, my success in Arbonne is not average. It's really not. To most people, it's not probable. But here's the exciting thing. It is possible. What I saw 9.5 years ago was what was possible for my life. I have worked hard my entire life. I was taught that work ethic from a very young age. And you know what? One of the first questions I ask people when I meet with them to talk about Arbonne is, tell me your first job. Tell me about it and how old were you? And it's told me a lot in 9 years. I was 13 years old and I grew up in a very comfortable home. I wanted for nothing, really. At 13 years old, I worked at a bakery. And my dad would drop me off at 5:30 in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, when every other child my age and above was sleeping. And I was working in a hot kitchen for, I don't even know what it was an hour, but I was saving that money. I worked all through high school. When I was in college, my parents paid for my entire tuition. They bought me a car, again, comfortable life. But all of the spending money was my responsibility. So I believe a lot of times what we do in our life actually brings us to where we're meant to be. So I always built up a very strong work ethic. And also my summers off from college, you guys, when all of my friends were like going down to the beach and hanging out because their family was very comfortable, but they had different work ethic than I did. I worked 5 days a week in the housekeeping department of a nursing home, pushing mops and brooms. And honestly, they didn't even welcome me in the housekeeping department. They'd be like, oh, Princess is here. I'm like, oh, no. Maybe my Louis Vuitton didn't go with my scrubs. But I was very nice. I felt like a doctor in my scrubs, okay? But I worked 5 days a week in the housekeeping department, and then because they paid me $17 an hour in college, you guys, and I'm out of college quite a while. And then I worked 7 nights a week as a waitress and a cocktail waitress. So I always worked hard in this business. And guess what? There was only so many days I could waitress and so many hours I could work in the housekeeping department. But in this business, I get paid for my efforts. There is no glass ceiling for income. So when I was shown the levels of management, district manager, area manager, regional vice president, national vice president, I saw the average monthly incomes for each one of these management levels. Mercedes-Benz level really got me excited because I saw that it was an average of $6,000 to $12,000 a month, and Arbonne was going to pay me to drive a Mercedes-Benz. And I have to be very honest, at the time I was driving a minivan. I'm not, if anybody is driving a minivan, I am not knocking it. But this is what I'm saying, I didn't feel sexy in a minivan. And it bothered me every time I got in. And and my husband's like, oh, the door is open automatically. I'm like, come a little closer so I can put your head in them. I don't care that they open automatically. I don't want to drive it. But it was the most affordable car that could fit my children. So all I heard was free Mercedes-Benz, and you could automatically see the vision that I'm like, how quick can I earn one? And I was driving one in 78 days, and I traded that bad boy in with 9 months left on the lease. Like, you'll be penalized. I'm like, worth every dime, take it. Take it. And bill me for the second set of keys that's at home because I'm never coming back. And I kid you not, my husband was like, why didn't we keep it? We had to pay for it anyway. I didn't want to ever see it again. Okay? So we all have different whys. And you guys, I was a national vice president 5 months, 5.5 months in this business. And I saw the average monthly income at that level was about $30,000 a month. Truthfully, most people say to me, how many people make that kind of money? I saw a possibility. I have never liked the word average. That is not my most comfortable speed. And I thought, if that's average, that means people make less. But it also means there are national vice presidents in Arbonne making more money than that. And I was told there was income earners making into the 6 figures on a monthly basis. And at that point for me, I wanted to know the Arbonne story. So I heard all of this information that you heard tonight. And then I wanted to know how to get involved. How do I start an Arbonne business? And here's how to get involved with Arbonne. We say there's 3 ways to win. There are really 2 ways to purchase products. And then there is the way in which you were invited here tonight to join our team, to become an independent consultant and to build an Arbonne business. So the first way to buy product is to become a client and pay retail. So basically the price you see in the catalog will be the price you pay for the products. The second way to purchase product is to become a preferred client. It costs $20 to become a preferred client, and you get 20% off the products for 1 full calendar year. No minimum purchases, no expectations. You are a wholesale buyer. And the third way to get involved with Arbonne is to join our team and to become an independent consultant. I want you guys to understand how simple this is. It was so simple for me that I guess I kind of felt like I needed to go home to think about it, just to not rush into it. But then I realized, like, I just need to call this person back and start a business. There's nothing to think about. To become an independent consultant, it costs $79. That is not how much it costs to start a business, okay? I need to add that because people hear that and they go, you said it was $79. We can't go to Target for $79, okay? So please do not think you could build a business, pay off your debt, possibly retire yourself or someone else and travel the world for $79. That doesn't even make sense. It's almost comical, right? Okay. So for $79, you are purchasing a discount. That discount is 35%. Okay. You are also getting basically a business in a box. Manuals you need, starter kits, samples, and then you take it one step further and you order products. We have a system for success. I read about network marketing for years prior to starting an Arbonne business. And here's what I read. The number one reason why people are successful is because they follow a system. The number one reason why people are not successful is because they don't follow a system. I was introduced to Arbonne by somebody who was successful. I basically said, just tell me what you did. And we do not stop, we do not deliver, but we start a business with product. And I will give you 3 very important reasons why. Number one, we need to be a product of a product. When you become an independent consultant with Arbonne, you have a choice. Are you a consultant or are you a business owner? And when you truly are a business owner, you want to represent your brand. So what I recommend to people is you walk around your home with a plastic tub, a bin, and anything that you currently use that Arbonne has, you replace it. That's truly, I was no longer, as a business owner, going to have somebody else's hand soap at my kitchen, anybody else's protein in my home, anybody's shampoo in my shower, other than the brand that my family and I now just became owners of. And I'll tell you, when I go to people's homes to launch them, to do a training, and I use your bathroom, I peek in your shower. Everybody. I almost feel like it's an Easter egg hunt. If you've ever done an Easter egg hunt, as long as it's in plain sight, I do not open your drawers, but I absolutely pull your curtain back. And I always know my top leaders. There's no coincidence. It goes hand in hand. The people who are truly products of the products are building a business. So that's the number one reason. Number two reason, I am a professional network marketer. My job is to sell product, and I'm looking for leaders who want to own a franchise and sell product. And in order to do that, I do presentations. I get in front of the masses. That's how I met Liz, at a product presentation. As a top income earner, I was at a product presentation, not because of the $1,000 worth of products that were going to be sold that night, because I view my business as I'm playing a large game of Where's Waldo. I'm looking for my national vice presidents, and when she walked in, I saw a woman with a striped sweater and glasses and a hat. I knew it. She was foaming at the mouth. We made eye contact. It was the very easy Waldo to find. And you know someone's in when you're speaking for literally, I'm giving this exact presentation. She's like, how much? I'm like, yeah, I'm not there yet. 2 minutes later, how much? I'm like, it didn't even matter. There was 15 other people in the room, just you and me. It was all good. Okay, so you need products to do presentations. Everybody here who's a consultant, Holiday Line just got launched. And we'll talk about that. You own a business. You need to have the Holiday Line. And the third reason we order products, I recommend all new business builders get started with at least 4 RE9 kits. I got started with 8. Is it necessary? No. But let me tell you why I started with 8 and why you should start with at least 4. Those products are my employees, my business tools. I'm able to give it to somebody like Liz, who's very busy, maybe couldn't come to a demonstration, and say, Liz, you're going to take this product home. You are going to use it for 3 days. You are going to love it. And when you're washing your face with these products, I want you to realize there's a multi-million-dollar business attached to those products and a multi-billion-dollar industry. Those kits, full-size anti-aging kits, get me into networks. I want to sit with Liz. I want to know her hopes, her dreams, her life. I want to help her connect the dots why Arbonne could be the answer to everything she's looking for. Because here's my belief, Arbonne is for everyone. Anyone who wants more out of life, I don't know how to turn, my ringer broke on my phone. So it's not me being rude, it's just I need a new iPhone. I overuse it. It's pathetic, and it's probably my mother. I could almost guarantee if you took it out of the side department, it's my mother. Are you still in the meeting? Any Hoosiers. Where was I? The kits. It's really, really important. I started my business for less than a laptop. There are two things that hold people back from starting a business: time and money. And I'm just going to address those two very quickly. Time is something that costs the least and it's worth the most. I did not have any time 9 years ago. My husband was never home. I had 4 children under the age of 6. My twins were 1.5. My son was 4. My daughter was 6. I was watching 7 kids full time in my house that were all under the age of 5. I didn't have any time. That's why I started Arbonne. I wanted to blow my head off. Okay? I didn't have time, and the only way to have it is to create it. Nobody's giving time out as party favors. And let me give you the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is keep doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. 99% of the people in this world want to change, but they're waiting for it. 99% of the people in this world complain about things they have the power to change, and they choose not to. I decided to be in the 1%. I wasn't waiting for the change. I was committed to being the change. I never had a dream of selling skincare, but I had a dream of a life, and Arbonne was my vehicle. It was my vehicle because everybody I knew was showering, and I knew there were people out there like me that wanted more out of life and were not afraid to work for it. I was looking for people with an entrepreneur mentality when I knew most people had an employee mindset. That's okay. I knew there were more people like me. When you're listening to this, I don't even want you to think about the people you currently know, because you'll block yourself from the people you are going to meet in this business. I have over 200 Mercedes-Benz on the road in my organization. One of them I knew before Arbonne, and she was an acquaintance. One of them. Every other one of them came along the journey after I said yes to what was possible for me and my family. You do not need a network to be successful in Arbonne. You need a vision. Average people see with their eyes. Visionaries see with their mind and what is truly possible in this business. And the second thing that holds people back from starting a business is money. I had debt. I didn't have it. And that scared me to death. Because here's what I realized at that very moment. My husband was working full-time on Wall Street, earning a 6-figure income, and we were dead broke. What were we working for? Because if I started my business for less than a laptop, that's not a lot of money. My freedom was worth $1 million. I would have figured out how to come up with $1 million, knowing what I know now, and knowing what I earn now, and knowing what I'm going to earn a decade from now. This business is too big not to jump into. Because here's what I knew when I was introduced to Arbonne: with me or without me, this industry is coming. With me or without me, we will be the #1 network marketing company in the world. I will not rest until we are. You can't join a better team. There's committed leaders sitting in this room, and as amazing as our products are, it is going to be the coaching, the leadership, the momentum, and the example that is set by the people that you'd be doing this business with. And my last piece of advice to you is to not overthink this. Overthinking will paralyze you. And I'm going to tell you, when I heard this 9 years ago, I didn't even realize it, but for the first time in my adult life, I was dreaming again. I didn't realize when I had stopped. I didn't realize how unhappy I was till I heard what was possible. You go ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, and they answer with these amazing dreams. They don't even realize that those dreams are highly underpaid now, and they do not want to be those people. But they answer with incredible dreams because they don't have restrictions in their mindset. That's why when, you know, on a ledge, you need to tell a child, don't look over. When something's hot, don't touch, because they don't overthink. They just go for it. And then somewhere in our adult life, we give up on our dreams, and instead of designing a life, we end up earning a living. And we live paycheck to paycheck, and somewhere along our lives, we hand somebody else over the pen, and they're writing our story. And before we know it, we're 30, 40, 50 years old, and we're waiting for retirement. Most people are retiring broke, and they're getting part-time jobs. Are they relying on, you know how many friends I have that say, oh my gosh, I need to do this so I can take care of my parents because they can't take care of themselves? That's what's going on today. This business allowed me to take the pen back and write the story of my own life, and you guys have the exact same ability with this business. I love this business. It is the greatest business decision that I have ever made in my life. So I thank you for coming. It is 8:08. We are literally going to take a 2-minute break, and we have some amazing training lined up. So thank you all so much for coming. Good night.
What's my mother? You can't change the rate. Yeah, that one, based on, feels like. Here. I got Facebook posts right along here. We'll smiling because I'm blind. Well, me
Okay, we're gonna get started with our training and recognition. So first we're gonna recognize some promotions and some people who got their bonuses, and then we're going to go to our training. So I thank you for staying. First we're gonna start with people that are in district manager qualification. This is when someone starts a business. They're in qualification for the first level of management. So I'm gonna recognize some people that started. Michelle Emery, Michelle Rody, come on up, honey. Christine, hold on. Christine Sullivan, she's in South Carolina. Congratulations, Christine. Joshua Keller and Allison McKen. Let's get a picture. I want to get a picture with them. Can someone take a picture of me and Michelle, please? Thanks. Oh, you should go. I'm sorry. It's okay. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot two people.
No, it's just
Aviva Rappaport and Zahava Ben Hayim. Like that. Come on up. Come on up.
What a great passion.
Okay, now I'm going to I'm going to go to the district manager bonus. This is when everybody has to get, even if you promote, it doesn't matter. You always want to earn your district manager bonus. So the district manager bonus is very important for success at Arbonne. And it's very crucial that you really work on earning that bonus. And just like I have to earn it as a VP, you have to earn it as a district manager. That's just how it works. So the first one I want to say is Mira Joslett, Judy Rosen, Debbie Neal, Angela Anzarillo, Liz Whitaker, Michelle Crowley, and Sonia Devenga.
Hold on. I gotta turn the flash. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, there it is.
Grab it.
Beautiful.
Can you text me? Yeah.
Then now we're going to do area manager bonus, and this is when you become, when you're higher than an area, you could be a region or a nation, still earn this bonus. The people that earn it: Liz Whitaker, Mira Joslett, and Debbie Neal. There's one more thing I want to recognize before well, there's two more things. One thing is I want to go to the people who earn bracelets. We have a challenge that we put out. If you become a district manager with 6,000 in your web stats, or you're a new consultant and you get to 6,000 or more in your web stats, you earn, we have a challenge out that you earn a bracelet, and every month when you get your bonus, you get a charm. And I want to recognize for the bracelets, Judy Rosen. Am I saying it right? Yes. And I also want to recognize Michelle Hanhauer. Oh, who's gonna take it? Oh, we're just get in. Come on. All right. I'm going to talk about area quality, but right now I just want to go to one more thing, which is there was a Arbonne. Arbonne, you earn. I didn't tell you. You earn. Yes.
Let me do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do it.
No, because it's really hard to do your own recognition.
It is. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, you too.
Yeah, but I'm used to it. No, I don't mean recognition. I mean, nobody doing it. No, for me. Okay, so this is really huge. And I really just want to take a moment for you guys to all realize what an incredible leader Liz is. Arbonne puts out many different trips and incentives. And here's a piece of advice I'm going to give you: no matter where you are in your Arbonne business, whatever Arbonne launches, please go for it. It's not a question of necessarily the trip. This trip is going to be ridiculous, but it's the system for success. It's how you build a region and nation and beyond. And it's earning these challenges that grows our vision and our skills and our belief and honestly, our leadership. Our leadership. And I'm going on a cruise we're going together. So much fun. We're gonna have it. Arbonne is taking us.
Angela's going to.
And Angela. So fun. And I'm taking my two little people. My two little twins are coming. They're not so little, they're 11, but they're coming. But we're leaving October 2nd for a cruise that leaves October 3rd for 7 nights on Oasis of the Seas, the largest cruise ship in the world. All inclusive, top of the line. And Arbonne contacted me to say you have 2 suites, 2 balconies. Ridiculous, okay? For free for building our business. Arbonne also put out a very aggressive challenge. It was a much shorter time frame, and it was earning. Focus. Talking about your life. It was. Luckily, she gets paid to talk in Arbonne. I just don't want her to miss. This is about her. Okay. Arbonne launched a trip to New York City, and it was a 3-month challenge of having at minimum $20,000 in your central district. Now, for you new people, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Existing people, you understand, okay? We recognize DM bonus for $5,000 in your central district. So this is a lot of volume, and at least you promoted out direct managers. And Liz and I had a conversation, and she was committed to going nation by the end of the year. And she said, what do I need to do? I said, the #1 thing you need to do, if you really want your words to match your actions, you need to earn Manhattan. You need to earn Manhattan. And I, as your leader, will do it with you. And we're both going to Manhattan. We both had over $70,000 in our central district. And I have to say, I work like a dog for that. But what kept me going is I had leaders. There's 80 people in Arbonne that earned this challenge, and I'm so proud to say 12 of them are my success line. 12. We have 12 earners, and they are all either brand new regions, brand new nations, or regions that are going nation. They have the numbers to back it. So it's an incredible group that I get to spend time with. And Liz, was one of those earners. So we are going to Manhattan the first week in December. We get round trip airfare, but I don't think they're flying us. Okay? We get limos to and from the airport. We'll figure that out. We're riding in a limo somewhere. Okay? We get a 2-night stay in a hotel, all of our meals, a Broadway show, everything 5-star, and a $1,000 gift certificate to Tiffany's. To go on a shopping spree. We were so excited. You would think between the two of us we earned 17 cents. No, like seriously. But when you do work, Maria Spillane, who's one of my MVPs, we were screaming on the phone, and my kids are like, Mom, it's New York City. We live in Alfred, and I go, no, babies, you don't get it. I told my leaders I was going with them. And I was at the US Open in 100-degree heat collecting $3,000 worth of orders. This is why I'm going to change to the importance of a deadline. When you want something, you get it. And I'm selling the dream. I'm sweating. Literally $3,000 to meet this goal early. So congratulations, Liz, for earning a all-expense trade trip.
Okay, I'm going to introduce now Eric Paul. Mira, do you have anybody? Just me? Eric Paul? Anybody? You have someone Eric Paul? No. Okay, I'm going to introduce Area Qualification. This is somebody. I have two that are in Area Qualification. This means that they promoted to the first level of management and then they qualify to get to the next level because you qualify to get to the next level. And I'm going to introduce Angelique Sexton for her Area Qualification tomorrow. Thank you. And then Michelle Onhauer. I can never say it right. Congratulations. Let me get a picture of you. Nice. I'm going to have, I have to just say something about Michelle. Angie wants to, but Michelle is going to talk right now and tell you her story. And I just have to tell you, I have known Michelle. I've known Michelle's family for a very long time. And I didn't really know Michelle. I didn't even know Michelle existed. I know her brother, Frank, for I can't even know how long.
4 years.
Oh my goodness, I look so good. But honestly, and I just happened to meet Michelle, no coincidence again, years ago. Was it 8 years ago? I don't know. Something like that, I don't know. And when she told me who her brother was, I was in shock because I didn't even know that Frank had a sister. It's amazing how we were meant to meet. But I went to Michelle about a year or maybe a year ago this month, September. And honestly, I talked to her a lot about Arbonne. She was not interested. I'm not going to take a story away from her, but guess what? She eventually joined my team, and she had her own road. But here she is, Area Qualification. I'm so proud of her. I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am of her because I've known her road and her determination and her resilience, and she would not give up. So I'm going to introduce you, Michelle, and she's going to come tell you her story.
Is this still on?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I think we're done with it.
Okay.
I'll leave it on.
Okay. So, I can't see you guys without my glasses. There we go. So, first I want to say that I'm so honored and so grateful to Liz for asking me to come up and speak and share my story with you guys. And as Liz said, I've known her. We met at church, and when she approached me about Arbonne and asked me to join her team, I was like, no way, not doing it. Don't want any part of it. I've done things like this before, and I just have no interest. And my husband was in the room, and my husband's like, Michelle, just give her the credit card. And I'm like, no, what are you, crazy? So anyway, clearly he saw something more in Liz than I was willing to see at that time. But she kept asking me and kept asking me. She brought me to Debbie's house one day, and I kept saying no. And then one day I said to her, you know what, Liz, fine, get Debbie on the phone with me. I want to talk to this Debbie. And, you know, and she did. She got Debbie on the phone with me. Debbie was kind enough to answer my questions for me, but I still said no. So anyway, she kept asking. She just would not stop. She saw something. She kept telling me, Michelle, you know, you want to be home with your son. And that's all you've ever told me about, you know. Don't you remember, Michelle, when you couldn't find a way to get him to Vacation Bible School, and that was all you wanted? And I said, you know what, that's right. And so I finally joined her team. All I ever wanted was to be home with my son, to be married, to be a wife, to have a family, and to be home and raise my son. And, you know, I was fortunate enough when we first had our baby to be able to work part-time, nights and weekends, be home with him during the day. My husband was with him at night. And then our situation changed, and I had to go to work full-time. It was when he started kindergarten, which, you know what, most people would say, yeah, kindergarten, that's the perfect time to go back to work full-time. But I hated it. I hated every minute of leaving him in aftercare. And then when the summers came and I had to put him into summer camp, that just tore me apart. And a big reason why was because growing up as a kid, my mother was home all the time. I would get off the bus and there was my mom. She was there to welcome me home every day. I had no worries about whether or not she was going to be home. So, excuse me as I did. I finally said, okay, Liz, let's do this. You know what? I see how you're doing. I see the leader you're becoming. And you know what? I want to follow you. I want you to train me and to show me how to be successful like you. So she kept telling me, okay, Michelle, you got to read books. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to listen to these audios I'm sending you. They'll help you to grow. And so, you know, she gave me a couple of books. I read them. And she sent me these audios to listen to. Sometimes I'd listen, but sometimes I didn't. But anyway, you know, I didn't treat this like the business that it is. I treated it like hobby. And I got hobby results. So all the while, though, I continued to read the books and grow myself. And then one day, Angela here promoted to region, and she got her Mercedes-Benz. And we were in the same room together, and I said out loud, I don't think Angela realized I was talking to her. I think she thought I was talking to myself, but I really was talking to her. And I said out loud, I said, what did you do? You and I started the same month, and you've got your Mercedes-Benz. What am I not doing? Well, you know what? I knew what I wasn't doing. I knew. And, you know, I just needed to open my mouth and talk to more people and share these products with more people. And, you know, since the beginning, I've seen so many lives transform. So many women have changed because of getting involved with Arbonne and deciding that they wanted something different for themselves. So it occurred to me that, you know, I just had to start applying what I was learning through these audios, through the books I was reading. And, you know, and I started to change. And I saw that my family started to change. And I just want to share a quick story about my son, you know, and he came to me a couple weeks ago saying that he wanted to get the new Disney Infinity 3.0. You're familiar with it, right? But he wanted to get the new game for his game system. And he said what he wanted to do was cash in his old games at GameStop. And I said to him, you know what, Sebastian, don't do that. Just put it on your Christmas list. Wait for Christmas. And he was he didn't want to do that. He said, but Mommy, I've got these games. I don't play them anymore. So I sat down with him. I said, well, you know what, Sebastian, I don't know that you're going to get the amount of money that you need to purchase this game. And he said, that's okay, Mommy, because you know what I can do? I can start a business. I can start walking dogs in the neighborhood, and I can earn the rest of the money that I need to get that game. So do you see how it's changing lives? Like he says now, you know what, I can earn the money. I can go out and create it. As Debbie said, I can go out and create what I need in order to get what I want. And that's what this business does for people. And so in the meantime, I've got a team now. I've got two beautiful women that I've known for many years who have joined my team. And now we're growing a business together, and it's so awesome to be able to work with these women that I love and see them grow and see them change their lives as well. And, I had to learn to get bigger than my problems. Because you know what, life is gonna blindside you with problems. It's just, they're gonna come regardless. They're here, they're gonna hit you. And you gotta get bigger than your problems. You have to, in order to grow. I learned to stop making excuses, because excuses are gonna stop you in your tracks. They're gonna stop you from growing. They're gonna stop you from moving forward. I learned to set bigger goals that scared me, because you know what? Even if I don't reach that goal, I'm gonna get close, And I also learned to change my self-talk, what I say to myself. I learned to stop saying, oh, I can't talk to that person. Oh, you know what? She'll never listen to me. I learned to stop doing that and change. And I learned to listen to my leaders. It took me a while to realize that they're the ones who got there. Do what they do. Listen to them. Stop trying to do this your way, because it's not going to work. So I just want to say, if you want to change your life and your family's lives, and you say you don't have the money or the time, or you don't know enough people, just get rid of the excuses and join this amazing team. You're going to get incredible leaders that are committed to seeing you reach your goals. Thank you.
I have to get my glasses because I can't see anything with them. But they're really Margaret's glasses. Margaret, I don't know, I get these glasses. Yeah, I'm sorry, love.
You're not seeing them again.
Okay, I'm just going to, I'm eager for Debbie to come up here and talk to us and empower us, and because I'm gonna train right now. There's two books that I'm currently reading, and I need to share them with you. The first thing I want to say is, Dr. Angela Inzarello is right here. Stand up, Angela. And her Mercedes-Benz presentation, her celebration is September the 17th. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please do. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be over the top. We're ready to really bring your guests, because we are ready to sign people up. We're ready to go nation. This team is really ready to go nation, and we are really, really on fire. So I just want to let you know, if you haven't got your tickets yet, please do, because it's going to be an amazing time. And bring guests. That's what we want. We want guests there, because we really want to empower you and get you to your goals. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that
Go ahead.
September 13th is my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, it is? When is that? Sunday. What's today? The 8th. So Sunday. Sunday is your 1 year. And you got the car in 8 months? If you follow the business model for success, which Angela really did do, and we all do. I mean, it's all on our roads. honestly, I'm telling you, you have to follow the business model. You have to be open, coachable. When I told Angela what to do, she was like, "What do I do now?" I said, "Do this." "Okay." "What do I do now?" "Okay, do this." "Okay." No, she never said, "Oh, I can't do that." But what about this? She never really did say that, even though she was much more educated than me. Yes. Oh,
I'm getting text.
I don't know if you can, something's going on with this thing right now, I'm sorry to say, so I can't really figure it out.
Did you
But-
post that link on my team page? Is that how people are knowing?
Yeah, I put it on, I didn't close anything. Sorry,
People say
guys.
they can't see you.
Okay, let me have it now, let me see, hold on a second. Yeah, but there's something up here, I don't know what it's doing, so I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go. I don't know what I'm doing, Timmy, couldn't figure it out. I'm sorry, I can't use to call him Tim, this is my son. You wanted to know. And I had to call him Timmy, somehow Tim doesn't fit him, even though he is so much bigger. Oh, that's good, is that good?
Yeah, good to get out.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna talk about there's two books here, and Margaret gave me this book, it's called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And I have to tell you, that's the key to success in this business. You really need to change your thinking. You cannot have an employee mentality. This is an employee mentality. You're used to getting a paycheck every week. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get that same paycheck every week. You'll be safe. You'll be safe, but you will never, ever be amazing. You will never, ever soar. You won't. You'll be safe. And in that job, one day they'll say, well, we don't need you any longer. You have to find another job. Excuse me? It's called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And there's things in here that are so incredible. There's one section I want to talk about. It talks about problems. You know, people go around saying, I want to avoid problems. I don't want problems in my life. But problems are opportunities for you to rise above your situation. That's what they are. They're there to make you bigger and better. You have to look at problems as something amazing and thankful. The Bible says, count it all joy when various trials fall among you. That's what I do. Because I know that verse. I say, I count this as joy. This is joy. This is something good in my life. And it is. Because I've always grown from situations that I don't like. When I'm comfortable, I don't grow. I don't become a better person. I can't relate to people. But when I get uncomfortable and when God allows things in my life that maybe I don't like, or maybe it's painful, or maybe it's hard, that's when my mind starts to think, how can I make this better? What can I do to make my life better? What do I have to do? I always say, God, whatever I got to change, help me change it right now because I don't want to go through this anymore. That's what I always say. But you know what? I'm just saying sometimes you just have to go through things, but look at them as as opportunities. And I say that because when you start a business, it's not going to be like amazing. You're going to be frazzled because it's new and you're used to being an employee, but now you're a business owner. Now you have to really think and you have to figure out, how am I going to make this better? I'm going to emulate this person or that person. I'm going to watch Debbie Neal. I'm going to listen to all her stuff every day. I have to grow my mind every day. And it just hit me. I was talking to someone just now and someone said, how do you do it? I said, you have to believe, but it's not just belief. This is the difference. You have to tell yourself every day that you're going to be what you want to be. I'm going to be a national vice president. Every day I say at least, I can't tell you how many times. But the day that I know that it's going to happen is this day. It happened for me. That's why I know this is my month. Because it went from my head to my heart. I know it because it's in my heart. And I'm not scared. I don't go around scared like, oh, how's it going to happen? No. I just do what I'm supposed to do. I talk, and I talk. And I inspire, and I inspire, and I inspire. And you know what? Because I want to help people. Because I know I'm getting there. But I want you there. That's when it happens for you. That's the shift. It goes from the head because you keep saying it, just hoping you're going to believe it. And then one day, it's in your heart. And that's when you know. When they say you got to make a decision, that's the decision. When your heart takes over and you just know. You don't know how. You just know you're going to do it. You're going to meet somebody amazing. Someone's gonna join your team. You're gonna help someone change their life. Something is gonna happen amazing. So that's what this book is about. Change your thinking, change your life. And that chapter for me was very big. And I just want to talk about Michelle. I have great, great teammates because you don't have a boss in Arbonne. We're all teammates. We're all in this together. There's no boss. I'm nobody's boss. I'm here to help and inspire, but if you don't want it, it's your decision. Michelle gave me this book. It's called Flip Flop CEO. Oh my goodness, I have to read something from it because it's incredible and it really puts network marketing in its place. It helps you understand it because people say to me, well, I have to buy products. Well, I have to spend money. Well, excuse me. You know, you're starting a business. I don't know many businesses that you start for less than a laptop because I have a business. I would pay what it costs to do this business every month because I pay more than that to run our painting company, much more. And I have no guarantee of getting work. So, you know, you got to put yourself out there. Sorry. You know, don't be, if you want to stay comfortable at your job and complain about your life, well, you can. But if you want more, you have to put yourself out there. This book puts it so well. I'm going to read something to you with Margaret's pink glasses. Aren't they adorable? This is what really hit me. It made sense. It says, turn an expense into income. Yes, you read that right. Turn something that costs you money into something that makes you money. We know. How is that possible? Well, when you redirect your spending to your own company, you're getting paid to give yourself business. Makes sense, right? If you owned Coke, would you buy a Pepsi? Probably not. Also, like we said, network marketing products are generally higher in quality than their retail counterparts. Pure, safe, and beneficial. They are. I guarantee you Arbonne's products are superior to what you're going to buy in any department store, even in the salons, even in the boutiques, which can result in even greater value. And some companies offer their independent consultants the perk of added discounts as well, Arbonne, and earning a trip, and earning all these bonuses. And on top of that, paying me to drive a white Mercedes. Yes, I think I'll buy Arbonne. Yeah. Even better, there are usually tax advantages of owning and operating a home-based business. No, I'm telling you right now that there are because I use plenty of them with my painting company. And now I have Arbonne too. So now my shampoo, I write off because I have to buy Arbonne. I have to be a product of this product. It's my business. For some people, especially those in traditional employment, the tax benefits can be a huge and welcome relief. Of course, we suggest you check with your accountant first, of course. So whether you want to save money or make money, the choice is yours. Network marketing lets you play both sides of your coin. That's how it works. People say, well, you know, but I spent so much money. But guess what? You have to understand, you don't go to Target anymore. You don't go to CVS anymore. You don't go to, you're gonna buy these products anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to change the way you think. You have to think a whole lot smarter. Because even me in the very beginning, I'm like, well, gee, I don't know. How much did I do? Did I really make money? Yes, you did, Liz, because you were gonna buy these products somewhere else. And my husband is here. He just walked out the room, thank God, because and believe me, I was gonna buy them somewhere else, because I do. I've been doing it for a long time. So anyway, what I'm saying is, this is another great book, and this book is called The Flip Flop CEO from Consultants here. It is, I really am amazed at how amazing it is and how much it puts things so clearly. It doesn't confuse it at all. And this whole thing is the truth. Simple. I'm gonna have Debbie get up and talk, but simple. You have to believe that you can do it. If there's anything in your heart right now that tells me that I want to do this, just do it. Because don't overthink it, but I'm going to tell you one thing. That night, I was excited. I kept interrupting her. I kept saying to myself, when she said she retired her husband, that's when I started interrupting her, because I really was, she could have stopped talking. I would have, whatever she said, I would have done. Because I never thought I could retire my husband. That's all I needed to hear. That was right from heaven for me. She gave me a dream I never knew I dreamt. until she said she did it. So we're here as the evidence that you can do it. We are, but when she said that, that was it. And I did get excited, and I was interrupting her constantly. And finally she said there were other people in the room, but she said it nicely, we all laughed. I'm like, oh. I really forgot that I was with a group of people. I was just so excited that I was gonna retire my husband, really. But then that night I went home and I said to him, I'm gonna retire you. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I met this woman. He's like, oh, you're so adorable. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I'm like, oh my goodness. He's like, Liz, I'm happy for you. I'm like, Tim, I'm doing this. He goes, do it, Liz. I go, I am. And I went to bed so happy. And then I woke up. I did. I woke up like I was having a panic. I never had a panic attack. I woke up like I couldn't breathe. I said to myself, I don't know this lady. She was lying. Like, I know, and what the money for me was not an issue.
And the next day I was in California.
She was. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, I couldn't breathe. You know, and it wasn't the money for me, because I said, honestly, for me, I'm not very good. Well, I'm good with money now, but like, I like to spend, I like to buy. I'm a product person. So I just thought to myself, well, okay, I've blown money before, but you know what it was for me, and it might be for you tonight. What if it's not true? What if she didn't retire her husband and she gave me a dream and now I'm dreaming it? And what if it's not reality? That's made me scared. Like, what if this is a joke? And then I said to myself, oh my goodness, like, what if this person, you know, she's from Long Island. What if this is not right? What if this isn't true? Like, I don't know if she's really. Then I started doubting myself, like, because it wasn't the money. Because honestly, money, you know, you make it, it comes and goes. But it was the dream that, if that's what's holding you back, it was the dream that she gave me, a dream I never knew I dreamt. But you know what? My husband said, Liz, you can do it. Relax. It's going to be. You know, he really comforted me. He said, it's okay. Try it. I said, you're right. What am I, nuts? I can do this. She's not. Why would she lie? And then I started getting myself together. And I got to tell you, for a while, that was my road, up, down, even though I kept persevering and persevering. So if you're scared, go. Jump in the river. Choose faith over fear. And that's what I did. So I'm telling you to do that, because you can and you will. Thank you.
I'm really glad that Liz shared that part of her story with you guys. And this is where growing your leadership is so important, because I remember the week's worth of conversations, okay? No, like really, I want you guys to really understand, because you will sponsor people that will get scared. And I want you to be prepared for it. I was prepared for this conversation because honestly, it didn't make sense. I did this meeting, where was I? In Marlboro? Where?
Howell, right?
No, I wasn't in Howell. I was at Maria's mother's house. Okay, I'm in Colts Neck. The next morning, a car service was coming at 4 a.m. for me for California, okay? So I'm doing this event. I get home at midnight, I kid you not. I kid you not. And a car service was coming at 4. I'm now in a meeting at home office with my CEO, and I get an SOS. I made a wrong decision. This is not right. I don't think my friends are going to do this with me. I mean, we went from being completely, I left a woman on a mission to a lunatic the next day. I mean, honestly, I'm like, if she's on medication, she skipped it today. And I'm really saying this with love, because you want to be prepared for that. Literally prepared for, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And then 20 minutes later, she's like, oh, you're right, I'm doing this. And the next day, we had the same conversation. Did you ever see Groundhog Day? You need to call me right now. I'm like, no problem. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I want you guys to be prepared for this, because Liz will be a national vice president before the ball drops this year. She will, but you need to be prepared for those conversations, because if you're not, you'll be like, okay, sponsored a live one. Okay. And it's also good to know that sometimes you see her now and think, how, was she like this all along? And you know what, you guys, we're human too. When I was introduced to Arbonne, I left that day feeling invincible. I woke up the next day feeling like I had schizophrenia and multiple personality disorders. That's why I tell people not to overthink this, because fear sets in, doubt sets in, reality kicks in. I went to bed with a dream. I would wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know 10 people that would be amazing. Oh my gosh, we have so much debt, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, this, we could actually travel. Oh my gosh, what will my friends think? Oh my gosh, I want to burn my minivan. Oh my gosh, can I really do this with 17,000 kids that are in my house right now? Like, I kid you not. I was like, I have officially turned into a lunatic in a 6-hour time frame. And you know what I did? I did what average people don't. Average people succumb to fear. And they come up with excuses. Excuses are simply fear in disguise. And what people end up doing is they use their why as an excuse. I would love to do it, but my significant other works so much, but that was my why. I'd love to do it, but my kids need, your why becomes your excuse because we're afraid to be vulnerable, okay? So I said, that's it. I could think of 200 reasons why it's not the right time, but there's something pulling inside of my gut. And this is what I know. I believe in fate. I believe in destiny, but I also believe it doesn't wait for anyone. Arbonne was brought into my life, but it was up to me to seize that opportunity. For everybody here who has a very strong faith, sometimes we God is the answer to everything, but then sometimes we sound like a hypocrite because he does his part. He's not going to actually wrap up a load of cash for you and deliver it to your front doorstep. He died on a cross for you. He expects the American people to get up off their lazy rear ends and do their part. I know people are broken, like, but God's going to answer it. Fill your calendar, right? So it's like, that's the way I felt. I was given this, but it's what I did with it. And I said, sign me up. And then I started a business, you guys, and here's another thing that tested my faith very early on. I was introduced to Arbonne at a backyard barbecue at the home of my cousin, my first blood. This is only on my private team page, right? Not on my public anywhere. Okay, because we're going to get a little okay? Nobody share this publicly on my wall. My family, my first blood, my cousins that I grew up with. And I called them up and I said, has so-and-so ever introduced you to Arbonne? This is before I started a business, actually before, okay? And he goes, yes, don't do it. And I was like, really? Why? I'm like, she sounded very happy and she was driving a Mercedes and I'm not. And she's traveling and I'm not. Why? And he said, she's tried to share this with everybody in the neighborhood and everybody thinks she's crazy and don't do this business with her and I'm saving you. Do you know how many people would say, thank goodness I called my cousin? I mean, really, because for a minute I felt like this hot air balloon that had deflated. And then I realized I love my cousin very much. But he was a cop, which I think is one of the most respected jobs in the world, but he was broke. He was married to a teacher, and she was broke. So they always wanted to do more. They're amazing people. They never had the means, but they just kept living the same life, and nothing was changing. So what I realized very early on was not to take advice from anybody more screwed up than me. Because this is what I could tell you. I've heard a lot of no's in 9 years, a lot of them. Some very polite no's, some nasty no's, some judging, some think I'm crazy. I've heard it all. Not one person, you guys, in 9 years sat me down and said, but I have a better way and I'd like to share it with you. I have a way for you to retire your husband, unload your debt, live in your dream home, travel the world, and have a life that people can only dream about. Let me show you how. Nobody sat me down. But everybody, most people were so quick to save me. They were saving me. All of those people are in the exact same spot that they were, unless they joined my business. Because the reality is the economy has not dramatically changed. Corporate America has not changed. What's going on in our teaching system has not changed. We have a lot of amazing teachers that are overworked and underpaid. And that's just, it's the story of what's going on. So really see that this business, we're human too. I woke up the next day and I was scared to death. But this is what I will tell you. I didn't have $2,000 to start a business, and that's exactly why I did it. I started my business for $3. And people don't need to, but guess what, you guys? I didn't have 2, so I'm like, I don't have 3 either. I might as well get 8. No, like really. Either way, it was sitting on my credit card. So it wasn't a dollar amount to me. The number represented how many products I was going to get in the hands of my future leaders. And I knew if I had 8 RE9 kits, I could have 8 kits out at one time instead of 4, and I could double my results. So the average person looks at that number and sees what it's going to cost them today. I saw what it's going to make me. Those products make me money. They didn't cost me money. They make me money. So that I want you to fall in love with a business builder order, because this is what I can tell you. Out of the hundreds of cars I have on the road, every single one of them did at minimum a $2,000 order. It's not because it's the dollar amount. They had the products that they needed to build their business. We own and operate a franchise. Could you imagine owning a McDonald's and somebody saying, I'd like to order 3 quarter pounders and 2 fries, and you're saying, I don't have quarter pounders this month. I started with chicken nuggets and fishamajigs, or whatever those fish sandwiches are called. Okay? But I have 2 options. I'm either going to get the quarter pounders next month, or I'm going to ask my friend if she could run 3 quarter pounders over here. And as much as funny as that sounds, I've heard people say, I mean, I am doing an event tomorrow. Now, this is a direct event, and they said, can you bring the holiday line? Nope. Can't. You want the holiday line? Order it. You made a conscious decision to not build your business. And she's very serious, but it benefits both of us. I go, I'm teaching you to be an independent consultant. I don't need those sales that bad. And I'm not schlepping my stuff to your house. You want it? Order it. My job is to teach you how to be an independent consultant, not a codependent consultant. So some people could look at that and say, that's kind of harsh. I develop leaders. When you develop a leader, you develop thousands. I will never tell Liz, you have to order that. I'm going to coach you to what I think is best. But if you make a conscious business decision not to order it, I'm not bringing mine. That's the end of it. People have also said to me, I started my business with 2 kits. Can I borrow 2? No. I'm serious. Sometimes we think we're doing that person a favor. The reason I accumulate the volume I do in my central district is because I've never taken my consultant hat off. I have the same job as you. I schedule, I sell, and I sponsor. I still am an independent consultant building my width. Arbonne will pay you infinity of width. I want you guys to understand that there's very few network marketing companies that do not put a cap on the width that you can build in Arbonne. And if there's any advice I could give you is to build that width, because there's 2 things that are inevitable in this business. People will promote and people will quit. And you want to prepare for both of them. And when you're building incredible width in this business, you're prepared for any single thing that is going to come your way. So I want to give you some advice, because we are approaching now, we are in the 4th quarter of our business. I love the 4th quarter of Arbonne. Now, I really love every quarter, so you're going to hear the same thing come out of my mouth in January, but there's something very special about the 4th quarter. There's incredible momentum. Our sales typically double from August, and when you're doing millions, doubles is a beautiful number. It's a wonderful thing. It makes me very, very happy. People, their kids are back at school. People are coming out of the woodwork. they're back in work mode. There's people looking to build a business, and there's also people looking to make part-time income. I want you guys to realize how many people are looking for jobs that are going to approach the holiday season just for an extra job. Okay, what is minimum wage now? Like if somebody work at a Home Goods, $8.25. Okay, nevertheless, very low. I want you guys to realize what we have. Let's just remove building a business for a second. Let's just talk about the opportunities people can have. Forget about the network marketing piece of it, which is my passion. An average person, let's say they get a job at a Home Goods, I love that store, okay? And they're working 5 hours for $8. Let's round it off. That's $40, right? 8 times 5, $40. You're taking taxes off, so now what are we looking at? 25. This is getting worse by the second, okay? Then you have gas going back and forth. One person sells an RE9 kit at retail, because we know there's 3 ways to sell an RE9 kit. Retail, they're making right off the bat $100. Preferred, like, if we really show people how to sell our product, it doesn't make sense for anybody to walk into a mall and get a part-time job. It baffles me when we really understand what's possible with this business. So I really want to help you guys create momentum this month, because it's what you create this month that is going to create your fall and end your year. Here's the greatest thing about owning an Arbonne business: you don't have a boss. Here's the worst thing about owning an Arbonne business: you don't have a boss. You all have exactly what it takes to build this business. The key is to build your self-discipline. Self-discipline is the most powerful personal growth tool available to all of us. Its power is unmatched. Now, we all come in with a different level of self-discipline, but as you build this self-discipline, that is when you will see a tremendous difference in your business. That's building yourself, your belief. Who saw that Mercedes-Benz thing that I posted today? Was that like ridiculous? I swear I think I signed that. It was in a white Mercedes. If you haven't seen it, it's on my Nation page. And it's also on my business, Debbie Neal. It's not on my personal, but somebody actually posted it on mine. We're having a challenge this month. I put it out in our other meeting that we do, right? So it's Maria's Nation and my Nation, really anybody in my success line that wants to participate. It's going to go September, October, November, and December, but each month is a challenge. And it is the RVP and NVP, basically, mastermind challenge. And it's a goal of minimum $10,000 in your central district, or if you're a consultant, $10,000 in your success line volume. Now, some of you might be sitting here thinking, she's crazy. It's the formula for RVP and NVP. If you don't go for it or do it this month, it does not mean you are not amazing. These are for the people who are committed to a Mercedes or NVP by Christmas. That is who this challenge is designed for. This is the formula. There's no other way around it. There's not your existing team. It is truly building that width. It's $10,000. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. My advice to you, don't look at it as a month challenge. ASAP. ASAP. Because that means as soon as possible for anybody who, that's like an old time one, you know, these new abbreviations that people text me, I don't even know what it means. I'm just like, okay, I have no idea what all these Generation Y abbreviations means, okay? So decide that you are doing this. If your commitment is to earn if you're here as a brand new consultant, you can have a Mercedes by Christmas. I'm telling you, it's not hard. Time and volume is as big as the level of focus that you give it. When you believe it's simple, and I'm going to show you how to do $10,000 if you're a team of one, okay? So number one, set a very, very powerful goal. Setting powerful goals is the number one quality of the most successful people in the world, no matter what you do for a living. You ask the top income earners in any industry what their goal is, their monthly goal, their daily goal, their weekly goal, they will have one. I could be under anesthesia. You could ask me what my goal is. I will know it to the penny. I focus on it. I live it. I eat it. I breathe it. And then when I meet it, I set another one. That's what keeps us building that discipline to be better and stretching and getting out of our comfort zone. Because here's the thing. If you've been in Arbonne a while or you're just brand new, I'm gonna tell you that really the key to setting a powerful goal, once you set it and you slam the back door, everything will change. Until you do, nothing will change. Nothing. Because here's the difference between somebody who's making it happen and somebody who's waiting for it to happen. And if you're waiting for it to happen, this is just so you identify yourself. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Sometimes we just don't realize it. Here's the greatest thing about people in Arbonne. We all have different backgrounds, different nationalities, different educations, but most people have a tremendous heart. So what you want to do is, how can I help my team? I'm there for my team. I'm willing to do everything for my team. Let me explain to you. That's the difference between being led or leading. Two totally different things. The average person in this business says, oh my gosh, I will declare it when I feel like I have a team that's ready and momentum builds up. They're afraid of being vulnerable and putting themselves out there on that skinny branch. But when you set a deadline, if you think I got a car in 78 days because everything was perfect, I got a car in 78 days because I owned that deadline. The universe conspired. I had different conversations with my team. It's very different when people say, I'm here, how can I help you? You can bring your people over, I'll meet you, I'll do anything. Or they call with a, I know, I get it, it's okay. Versus if Angela called about a cancellation, I don't care, figure it out! How can we figure it out? You have a cancellation, let's get something else. Leaders think of solutions. Great. Great, you had a cancellation tonight? The meeting was not for 3 hours. Who could you get me in front of? We're doing something. My goal was not changing. So my conversation was not, I get it, I had no time for that. No time for that. When you're on a mission, your conversations change. The way you ask people to join you will change. People are not looking for information in this business, you guys are looking for inspiration. When you're painting a picture that's so powerful, their excuses are going to get smaller because they're going to see themselves in your vision of what you are creating. The average person tells the facts, right? Why our products are different, why our opportunity is different. They share the opportunity, paint a vision. Paint a vision of what you are creating for you and your team. When you are launching people this month, when you are doing an event this month, the vision is what people want to see, you guys. At the end, literally, I said to people, join me. I was an independent consultant. I was in this business 48 hours. I stood in front of the room and I said, here's what I know. And number one, you guys, without being cocky, I knew that I had something amazing to offer these people. I started my business and the phone calls went something like this. I started a business. You need to hear about it. Be at my house tomorrow at 7:30. That's the way the phone calls went. And it wasn't like, I'm doing something. Can you make it? If you could swing by. No, be around my living room table tomorrow at 7:30. I called 5 people. All 5 people came. And they said, what's going on? We were scared to say no. Did she tell you what's going on? They all came. And I took out a whiteboard because I was babysitting at the time, and that's what the kids drew on. I didn't even know who Zuckerberg was, but I needed the whiteboard because I had a few facts to remember. And I said, I want you guys to realize you were invited here because you are the chosen ones. I chose you as the first wave of my board of directors. I started a business, and let me tell you about it. And I pointed to the whiteboard because I didn't know what the heck I just started. I said, I started a business with Arbonne. It's 27 years old. It is the business model of the future. The East Coast is wide open. We're just launching into the global market. And here's what I want to let the 5 of you know. I am not only building to the top of Arbonne. I will build one of the largest teams, not only in Arbonne, but in all of network marketing. And I invited you 5 here for a reason, and I went down that line. because I was strategic. I didn't invite them because they were available. I invited them, you are an entrepreneur. You're this, you're that, you're driven. You're the one that lights up the room. You're a person of influence. People are wearing a neon sign that says, make me feel special. And after I went down that line, I said to each and every one of them, I am asking you tonight to take a blind leap of faith. I am asking you to say yes to me. I am asking you to leave your fears at the door. If there's anything that would hold any one of you back from joining me, let's put it on the table right now and let's go head to head, because this is bigger than any one of your excuses, any one of your obstacles. And I said, and if it's fear, borrow my belief, borrow my vision, and I am asking you to hold my hand. My word is I will not fail you. And you guys, they all said yes to me that night. I don't know whether they were scared or they were inspired, but they all said yes to me that night. I want you guys to realize there is nothing more infectious than being passionate about your business, passionate about what you were creating. I didn't stand up in front of that room with a car, with evidence, or with income. I stood up in front of that room with a vision, and a vision that was so crystal clear that there was not an obstacle that was going to come my way that was going to get in my way. Because there will be obstacles in this business. You need to love it. Just like Liz said, like those obstacles are an opportunity for you to be better. Everything that's come my way, I say, thank you. Thank you. That's a fork in the road. I believe that every obstacle, every setback, every person quitting, every doubter is that quiet voice saying, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be in the 1%? Because it's not going to be the best version of you. Because that's really what success in this business is. It's a commitment, a lifelong commitment to personal development, to be the leader and the person that you were born to be. And to be in that top of your game, you guys, it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was easy, it would be sleazy. But it's worth it. It is so worth it. And I can honestly tell you, I haven't even begun to do what I'm going to do yet with this business. You want to be doing Arbonne every day. Now, I went over some of these things who was at Albany? Okay, so it'll be repetitive for a few of you, but I think these numbers are important because we don't get paid to think in Arbonne. We get paid for activity. We get paid on results. And you want to put yourself in a position that you are maximizing on your results. You know, I did a coaching call the other day with somebody and like, well, I had this and this canceled and I was bringing 4 people. I go, you see that little tiny box in WebStats? Pull it up on your computer. They did. I go, hey, do you know why that box is so small? Forgive me, Liz. I go, because she bullshit. Doesn't fit in that box. I don't care about that. We get paid on results. So let's talk about how to maximize your results, okay? So what you want to do first and foremost, you want to be very disciplined with your calendar. We don't get paid to think. We don't get paid to make invitations. We don't get paid to worry. We get paid to build this business. And you want to build discipline of building your personal calendar, okay? Now, how many days are in August? What month are we in? September. 30 or 31. Okay. At minimum, this is what I teach. 6, 8, 10, 12 personal presentations. I call them 6 for success, 8 to be great, 10 to excel, and 12 to be obscene, or call it whatever you want. Okay? That is personal presentations. That is not, if I go to Margaret's house and do a presentation, that does not count as one of my 6, 8, 10, or 12. That is a team building one. That is not one personal that I am doing for Debbie Neal that's going under Debbie Neal. And you need to differentiate that because you always want to be building your width, okay? Now let's just look, and then you want to be having at minimum 2 to 3 one-on-ones a week. Each group presentation is, with driving and everything, is roughly 3 hours, okay? Roughly. Could be less. Let's just say you do 6. 6 times 3 is 18 hours a month to personally build your business. Is that worth it? See what I'm saying? Like, okay, so now let's look at numbers for this, because here's what's kind of really powerful. And you really look at the $10,000, and I want you guys to see this number as really, really small, okay? An average presentation, and this is really on the low end, is $500. You guys, I've done presentations that are $3,500, and selling's not my strong point. In fact, when I was introduced to Arbonne 9 years ago, I said, I can't sell. But here's the truth. When we love something and we believe in something, we sell it, right? I mean, that's what network marketing is. So let's just go on the low side. An average presentation is $500. Let's say you are having 6 personal presentations. That's $3,000. Okay, this is, if you guys could write this down, it's important. So it's 500 times 6, 3,000. If you did 8 presentations, okay, that's 500 times 8 is $4,000. Personal new volume. And why do we do presentations? To meet a Liz. I'm using Liz because it's her meeting. That we're doing them to find a national vice president. We're selling by default. We do 10 personal presentations, 500 times 10, $5,000. We do 12 presentations, 500 times 12 is 6,000. Now here's what I think. Imagine, because I'm about maximizing the results, improve your skills and take the average presentation from 500 to 1,000, which really isn't that much. I did an $850 presentation. The day was 3 people. Okay, really doesn't take much to improve those skills. Now we go for the same amount of effort. 6 presentations, $6,000. 8 presentations, $8,000. 10 presentations, $10,000. 12 presentations, $12,000. Region Qual is $40,000. This business is all about leading by example and teaching people to do the same. I found Region really easy because I am a business person and I get math. I saw these numbers and I'm like, I'm just going to do 15 in my start month. And I'm going to sponsor 4 people in the first 4 days, and I'm going to teach them how to do 15. You guys, my numbers as a consultant was $45,000. And the next month we did 100. All I did was map out a plan and executed it like a beast. That's all I did was execute a plan. Now let's look at a one-on-one, an average order as a result of a one-on-one. Now some of them are, you know, $450, right? You're selling an RA9 and other products. Some of them you get people with a pity purchase of a lipstick, okay? So let's say an average one-on-one is $200, okay? But that's what I find average for me. I took these from my average. Let's say you do 2 a week. That's an extra $1,600. You want more volume? Do 4 a week. I had 8 RE9 kits. I was doing 8 a week. Like you guys, this calendar shows, so if you teach 4 directs, and you just do the $500, you guys, and the $200 order, that's $23,000. 8 with 8 presentations, with 8 presentations, it's $28,000. With 10 presentations, it's $33,000, and with 12 presentations, it's $38,000 at just the 500. Like, I want you guys to really see that $10,000 is not a big goal. And you want to know something? We do these presentations to build our skills, to build our belief, to build our vision, and to meet national vice presidents. I'm a top income earner, I still do them. I say that because my vision is not to be a 4-wide national vice president. My vision is to be a 20+ wide national vice president, and what I made last year to be in a couple of days. When we really go global, and I want to set myself up to build such a large infrastructure and to teach you guys how to do the same, this business is bigger than any of our stuff. Every one of you can hit this $10,000 mark as soon as possible. What I want you guys to do is put $10,000 everywhere you can see it. Your backdrop, your computer. You know, when I was going for the Magic of Manhattan, everywhere I looked was a Post-it. So let's say I needed 32,000 left, because I love to see a number go down. Just like if you've ever like wanted to lose weight, you love to get on a scale and see your weight go down. So if I knew my goal was $60,000 in 3 months, I couldn't wait to start eating away at that. I couldn't wait to be like, okay, it's just 57 now. It's 54, it's 51. It's this, I started August, I needed $17,000. I did 34, but I was so hungry to get that $17,000 down that it was everywhere. I just couldn't wait to see that Post-it. And I believe in the law of attraction because I needed $3,100 the day that I earned it, which was like 4 days before the close or 5 days before the close. I went outside and I'm like, I'm just gonna take an hour. I'm gonna think about it. Because remember, I could go outside and I'll come back and my web stats will jump 20 grand, 30 grand with my success line, but this was just my stuff. I went outside, I came in, my web stats jumped like $4,100 and I earned it. There was a business builder I haven't heard of since Dark 100 came in and placed in it. I'm like, I haven't seen this person in 5 years, but they just placed an $800 order. Thank you for shopping. All this stuff went on. So I'm so big on like the law of attraction. So I'm like, I'm going out and I'm earning it today. I don't know how, but I'm earning it today. And there was stuff that happened that I don't even know how it happened. I'm not even questioning it. But it happened and I ended up going way past. So do that $10,000 and get it down because the sooner you do it, you're gonna go past it. And the more you go past it, the sooner you're gonna be driving your Mercedes-Benz. The great thing, you guys, about if you're in Liz's organization, and I know she's declared Nation Qual this month and she will do it, she's not gonna coach you with reason. You will be at your best because she has no rhyme or reason to anything that's gonna come out of her mouth. It's awesome. It's awesome because there's two ways people coach. Coach you not to lose or coach you to win. Take advantage of this vision. Take advantage of this goal because this team is ready to play full out. Be vulnerable, put yourself out on that skinny branch and don't be afraid to fail. And Maria was just awesome in Albany, right? If you were there, you know how awesome it was. One of my favorite lines she said is, you need to be willing to flirt with failure if you want to marry a miracle. And so many people are afraid of rejection. They're afraid to fail. But what if you fly? What if you fly? Because you need to be willing to be bad, to be good to be great to be unbelievable. And the only way to become successful is to fail your way to success. So have an amazing month. And I expect every one of you to be at the $10,000 and join us at my home next month. Well, the car celebration is 17th. Thank you. Oh, Michelle, This is my brother.
Nice to meet you. And then this is Michelle. He does my finance part of it. He's been retired now for 6 years. And just 4 little kids and sports. He's nonstop. Yeah. Yeah.
She wants to do something.
Like, well, in my business, the top income earners man, is part of the $1 million club under me. Yep. And I have about 10 Mercedes drivers that are men.
So there is,
Yeah.
it's not just.
Definitely. You know what? Because especially now, it's a commodity. The skincare nutrition is a commodity. And the men are attracted to treating it as a business model. Yes, they sell skincare. Guess who owns Arbonne? Man. Who owns L'Oreal? A man. Like, it's the same business model, the same way we do it. And yeah, like tomorrow night, one of my regional vice presidents is running a meeting in Bridgewater with her husband. So there's a lot of men. I have two national vice presidents. So. Always two. Always two.
Are you ready?
Welcome. I got questions.
Yeah, Rosemary was introduced to Arbonne like many years ago, like 20 years ago.
Okay.
Right, you were introduced like 20 years ago to Arbonne?
No, like 17 years ago. But I had to when I was introduced to it, I was in the army, so I was in the army. Got it. When she gave me the kid, I joined, I know about this. I knew that. Should have done it then. No, you were meant to do it now. I believe in time. Yeah, it's phase sensitive, you know? I was given 9 samples. I didn't even know they were Arbonne. I never followed up with it.
Wow.
When she gave it to me, I was like, I know what this is. That's why I'm so passionate about the full size kit, not the samples.
Wow.
Nobody asked me to come back and talk. They just like, here, try this, she'll love it.
Right.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But it's the, you know what it is
All right, how do I, just okay? Hold on, let me get another one. So that's saved. Uh-oh, somebody's calling.
Somebody's calling you.
Oh, I just rejected the call. Oh.
Well, you should go one.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm excited to meet you. It's a really big month. I've heard awesome things about you. You too. I am